Hi, my name is Deborah Durante, and this is my final project on the Walt Disney Company. Currently, the Walt Disney Company is at $63 a share. Um, the Walt Disney Company is an entertainment company worldwide. It has media networks such as production, broadcast, and distribution, as well as radio networks and stations, and publishing and digital operations. Disney operates the ABC television network and 8 owned stations. They own ESPN Radio, Radio Disney, and 35 owned stations. Disney also owns and operates parks and resorts. The Walt Disney World Resort in Florida that includes theme parks, hotels, retail, dining, and entertainment, sports complex, conference centers, camping grounds, water parks, as well as Disneyland Resort in California. The Walt Disney Company manages and markets Disney Vacation Club, Disney Cruise Line, Adventures by Disney, and mixed-use Disney Resort and Spa in Hawaii, Disneyland Paris, and Hong Kong Disneyland Resort, as well as licenses the operations of Tokyo Disneyland Resort. The Walt Disney Company also has a consumer products segment and licenses trade names, characters, and visual and literary properties to retailers. Disney operates the DisneyStore.com, publishes children's books, magazines, and comic books. The company was founded in 1923 and is based in Burbank, California. The Walt Disney Company works with many charities such as the Make-A-Wish Foundation, Starbright Children's Foundation, Boys and Girls Club of America, the Marine Toys for Tots Foundation, and First Book. Disneyland's slogan is the happiest place on earth, and the Disney World slogan is where dreams come true. The management. Robert Iger is the chairman and the CEO. The corporate side, there's Andy Bird, who is the chairman of Walt Disney International, Alan Braverman, who's a senior executive vice president, general counsel and security, Ronald Iden, senior vice president of global security, Kevin Meyer, executive vice president, corporate strategy and business development, Christine McCarthy is the executive vice president of corporate retail estate sourcing alliances and treasurer, Zena Mucha, executive vice president, chief communications officer, Jane Parker is the executive vice president and chief human resource officer, Jay Rasula is the senior executive vice president and chief financial officer, Brent Woodford is the senior vice president, planning and control. Under the business unit is George Bodenheimer, who's the executive chairman of ESPN Incorporated. Bob Chapek is the president of Disney Consumer Products. Alan Horn is the chairman of the Walt Disney Studios. James Pitaro is the co-president of Disney Interactive. John Pleasance is the co-president of Disney Interactive as well. John Skipper is the co-chairman of Disney Media Networks Group and president of ESPN. Thomas Stagg is the chairman of Walt Disney Parks and Resorts. Anne Sweeney is the co-chairman of Disney Media Networks and the president of Disney ABC Television Group. Board of Directors. Susan Arnold has been a director since 2007. John Chen has been a director since 2004. Judith Estrin is director since 1998. Robert Iger is the chairman and the CEO. Fred Langhammer has been a director since 2005. Alwyn Lewis has been a director since 2004. Monica Lozano has been a director since 2000. Robert Matchuluat is a director since 2002. Sheryl Sandberg has been a director since 2010. And Orrin Smith has been a director since 2006. The Disney Company's customer base, it averages around the age of 44 years old. It's normally a female. Has a combined household income of $75,000 or more. 42% of their customers have one or more children. They're usually homeowners. 32% have some sort of education. And the median household income is about $42,000. Their target market are usually children, but the parents are the deciding factor. So Disney catches the eye of the child while aiming for the parents at the same time. Competitors. Some of their competitors are Time Warner, who has AOL and HBO and New Line Cinema, Viacom, who has MTV, Nickelodeon, Comedy Central, VH1, and then there's 20th Century Fox. Some Disney news. Um, March 6th of 2013, Disney unveiled its first model image of the Shanghai Disney Resort. December 21st of 2012, the Walt Disney Company completed its acquisition with Lucasfilms, which is part of the Star Wars trilogies. The Walt Disney Company commits $2 million to Hurricane Sandy relief in November of 2012. And in December of 2012, the Walt Disney Company partnered up with Netflix. All things Disney. Disney owns many things, and here are most of them. Disney Media Networks, which is broadcasting, publishing, radio, cable. Under cable is Disney and the ABC Television Group, as well as ESPN Incorporated. They have Disney Parks and Resorts, which has 11 theme parks and 43 resorts. They also have Disney Cruise Line. Those ships are called Disney Magic, Disney Wonder, Disney Dream, and Disney Fantasy. They have Disney Vacation Club that has 11 properties. They have Walt Disney Studios that houses Walt Disney Animation Studios, Pixar Animation, Disney Nature, Marvel Studios, Touchstone Pictures, DreamWorks Studios. Disney Music Group has the Walt Disney Records, Hollywood Record Labels, Disney Music Publishing. The Disney Theatrical Group has Disney on Broadway, Disney on Ice, and Disney Live. Some other things that are all Disney, they're consumer products. They have toys, home decor, books, magazines, their own food, beverage, stationery, electronics, and their own fine arts. They also have DisneyStore.com and an international Disney store online. They have retail chain of the Disney Store. They also have Disney Interactive, which has Blockbuster Mobile, social and console games, online virtual worlds, and Disney.com. Mergers and acquisitions. In 1995, Disney purchased 25% of the California Angels baseball team. Also in 95, they purchased Capital Cities ABC for $19 billion. In February of 96, they got the final FCC approval for the Capital Cities and ABC acquisition. In March of 99, Disney completes the purchase of the Anaheim Angels, which is the baseball team. In October of 2001, Disney acquired Fox Family Channel and they renamed it ABC Family. In November of 2001, Disney acquired Baby Einstein, which is a company that creates products that bring the arts and humanities to babies. In May of 2003, Disney sold the Anaheim Angels. In May of 2004, they acquired the Muppets property and Bear in the Big Blue House. In February of 2006, Disney reacquired the original Oswald and Lucky Rabbit from Universal. In May of 2006, Disney acquired Pixar Animation. In August of 2007, Disney acquired Club Penguin, which is a virtual world for kids. December of 2009, Marvel Entertainment joined the Disney family. In December of 2012, Walt Disney Company completed the acquisition of Lucasfilms. Now here's the income statement for the Walt Disney Company. They have increased here from 2010 to 2012 by a decent amount. Nothing too crazy, but Disney just keeps putting out and it makes all their numbers go up. Here's the cash flow. The operating cash flow is about $8 million. Free cash flow is about $4 million. And that's for September of 2012. Their current ratio is 1.07. Quick ratio is 0.77. And their cash ratio is 0.26. And that also is from September of 2012. Their performance metrics. Their ROA is 7.59, ROE is 14.29, and their ROI is 9.97. Their inventory turnover is 6.0, their receivable turnover is 6.65, and their asset turnover is 0.1. Their revenues from September of 2012. Their media networks brought in a little over 19 million. Their parks and resorts brought in almost 13 million. Their studio entertainment brought in about 5.5 million. Their consumer products brought in a little over 3 million. Their interactive is at 857. Their consolidated revenue is about 42 million. And here's the Disney company's balance sheet. And again, from June of last year, they have decreased, but they have increased after June, or after December, I apologize. And I think that's just, the time of year and between vacationing and things of that nature, and when they put things out. I do believe that everything will keep going up, though. I think this is just kind of what it usually looks like. I think this is a norm for them. Here are their liabilities. Their total liabilities for this year are at about 40 million, and those seem to be somewhat consistent. This year is a little more than they were last year, in June. Here's a chart of their stocks. The Walt Disney Company was at a growing rate since November of 2012 until May of 2013, and then there was a drop in the stock. During July of 2013, it seemed to have picked back up. I personally believe it'll continue to rise. I think it'll have its slight hiccups here and there, but I think they're going to be going up and up. My recommendations for anybody who's looking into the Walt Disney Company is that for a long-term goal, this is a great company to invest in. If you're looking for fast money in stocks, I don't think the Walt Disney Company is the way to go. But in the long run, you will earn a lot of money if you can keep it in there for, let's say, like a retirement account. That's all I have. I hope you enjoyed my presentation. And if you have any questions, let me know. Thank you.